Okay, so to draw the superposition of waves, let's take a look at this, the one that I gave you for the review. So if you look at I've got a pulse, a sort of low, wide pulse moving to the right, and I've got a tall, narrow pulse moving to the left. So I've shown a situation where the waves are now in the same place as each other. So the way I would do this is sort of set this up like this. Typically what I do is I look at the points where there are abrupt changes in the waves. Like, it's hard to draw round waves, but it's much easier to draw waves that have abrupt changes in them. So these are the lines where the abrupt changes happen. And then I'm going to sort of follow what happens when I add the two lines together, the relative contribution to what will be the resulting wave. So what will happen is that as I'm seeing them come together, so it'll go like that. They're both adding nothing at this point. Pulse 2 is adding nothing, but pulse 1 starts to add at this point here. I don't have a ruler, so I can't really draw it straight, but and then it contributes, and pulse 2 is still contributing nothing up until this point. But then at this point, pulse 2 starts to add something to the wave. So let me pick up another color here. Maybe I'll use red because it'll then I'll red the two combined. Now pulse 2 is a little bit higher than pulse 1, so it's going to add, looks about twice the height, and then it's going to come across, and then it's going to stop contributing. We're going to go back up to where pulse 1 is the only one contributing, and then it's going to come down like this. So that's where you get that. I guess I could do it all in red. I just thought the sort of light blue would show up better against the black. But this is what the pulse would look like. If you look at the answer key, it sort of has it come like that. So you just sort of add the contribution of pulse 1. Pulse 1 and pulse 2 are both sitting at 0 as we lead up to the leading edge of pulse, or the trailing edge, I guess, of pulse 1. And then at this point, since there's 0 from pulse 2, but there's a contribution, let's call this a plus 1. This is so the plus 1 contribution from pulse 1 is what we see first, or it's to the left of the superposition. But then when pulse 2 starts to contribute, and it's a -2, then I've got the plus 1 contributing with the -2, so I end up going down to -1. And then when the -2 stops contributing, I go back up to +1, and then I come back to 0 at the end of it. So this is when we see them superimposed on top of each other. That's just what we call, like, the superposition is what we mean when you put them on top of each other and add the contribution that each one makes at that point in time. Then that's what the resulting waveform will look like. But again, the key steps for me would be to sort of look at these points of abrupt change, do a little dashed line, like a vertical line that's at that point, so you can add the contributions and sort of look at who's adding what. And then when those changes are over, you go back to where the contributions were before the change. I hope that answers it. I hope that helps, and that'll be it.